everybody, welcome to the show. My name is Brian Kelsey. That, of course, is Pete Schifo. Pete, how about those doors?
Beautiful.
I know. So, if you didn't know, our last episode, I could not get into the garage because the garage door was broken. So, we reached out to our friends at Real Craft, and they sent us these amazing solid mahogany doors. I don't have the electronic openers yet, so it's just, soon. But soon, like, you can just open it. How is this? The swing, was it good? It
was great. A great swing.
Okay, good. I got a little more work to do. Hey, we have an amazing show. Sophie B. Hawkins is on the show today. Pete, can you believe it? I'm so excited. Plus, we've got, of course, our guest rejection letters. But first, Pete, I want to start off by, about, I don't know, I think it was a year and a half ago, we had on a wonderful guest. Her name was Lita Powell Drake, and an 83-year-old legend in the broadcasting industry. And she passed away, I think, 6 months ago or something like that. But when she was here, she was so nice. She was very concerned about where I keep my car in the garage, how is the temperature, where do I put my stuff. Take a look at this clip.
But I wanted to know about your garage.
Oh, this?
I mean, aren't you cold? And where do you park your car?
So people have asked me, like, where do I actually keep my stuff that is normally in a garage? Where do you keep your car? Where do you keep your, like, rakes and all that stuff? So we thought it'd be fun to take a little tour inside my house and show you exactly where I keep my garage items. Take a look. Well, welcome to my lovely home. You know, I found there's a lot of convenient places to store a lot of the things that are normally in a garage here around the house. For example, here we are in the front hall coat closet, and I find that storing gardening equipment and my surplus lumber really sort of blends in well with the coats and jackets. And let me tell you, nothing quite spices up a relationship like a hoe in the closet. You know, where to put recycling and garbage was a big challenge, but I think I've come up with a good solution. Put it right in here and just... It's really not that inconvenient either. Of course, the only problem is I've got a sanitation worker in here every Tuesday and Thursday morning using the toilet. You know, I do a lot of woodworking around the house, so power tools are of the utmost importance, and I think I found a safe and sound spot right here in this top drawer. We've got my saber saw, got my router here. Really fits in well, it can't even just blend right in. This is not even mine. It's a hammer drill. But you know, there's no better place to store my grass seed than right here underneath the bed of my pubescent teenage son. So when spring comes along and it's time to freshen up that lawn, why, I just reach under here and... What is this? He's so cute. He keeps his herbs and spices under his bed. Not those. I don't even know what this is. It's like that. It's just that easy. Well, here we are in the kids' treehouse, and I'd be crazy not to take advantage of all of this real estate. So what I like to do is store all of my flammable liquids up here. Things like extra gasoline and propane, plus all of my dangerous chemicals like acetone, varnish, lacquer. And even then, there's still plenty of room left over for things like my hatchets and my axes and extra saw blades. And really, when you think about it, everybody wins here because I get a place to store all of my stuff, and the kids, well, they get hours of extra fun. You know, the kids and I like to do a lot of good old-fashioned bike riding, but with no storage in the garage, there's really not much we can do. Or is there? Now, when it's time to hit the old open road, why, I just climb up here on the roof, grab the bikes, and in a few short minutes, we're on the way.
And where do you park your car?
Well, Lita, here on the mean streets of Westport, Connecticut, no car is safe out here in the open, but storing the car is not a problem. Well, I think I've pretty much solved the problem. I just park it right here in the living room, and it doubles as a dining room table. And really, nothing says fine dining like eating off the roof of a car in your living room, leaking oil on the carpet. Cheers. So, folks, occasionally, once in a blue moon, we get some letters back from celebrity guests who we asked to be on the show. And they say, they politely decline. They say, no, thank you. And we understand that. But we like to read these letters on the air and celebrate that in a little segment we like to call Electronic Mail Rejection Letters. Electronic Mail Rejection Letters. I don't seem to have... Right, Pete, you have them. Can you send me... I don't have my notes. Send me down the line, Pete. There you go.
It's coming at you. Coming at
Is that as fast as it goes?
That is full throttle.
Full throttle?
Full bore. And also down the
That's as fast as it goes.
That's it.
Wow, we got some work to
We
do.
got a limited audience.
Okay. Well, we got to work on the train. I'm not sure. You give it a rewind. Give it a
Sure.
get it back
Bring
up
it
there.
to home base.
Bring it back to home base. Letter number 1, Pete. Hello, Brian. Thank you for your interest in interviewing Mike. Unfortunately, due to Mike's full calendar and commitments, we have no choice but to pass on your worthwhile interview. We really appreciate your understanding and for thinking of Mike. So, Mike Rowe is amazing. I would love to have him on the show.
Dirty job. Love dirty
Dirty jobs, right?
Love it.
There's just a little PS here. PS, perhaps you could let the garage go to crap for a year and we'll consider you should Mike decide to remake Dirty Jobs. So,
All right.
I don't, it's already dirty. Although I did spend a good 2 hours before this cleaning. It's still dirty though, it's a garage. Letter number 2. Hi Brian, apologies for the delay here. Thanks so much for reaching out about this. Due to Shonda's schedule, she's unavailable to come on the show at this time, but we'll definitely reach out if that changes. Best, Tia. So Pete, Shonda Rhimes created Grey's Anatomy. She's like a huge bigwig. She moved right down the street. So I thought it'd be fun to reach out. So
I thought so too.
that's a shame. Oh, sorry. There's a little more here, of course. P.S. After reviewing your show in more detail, Brian, we've determined that even if her schedule did open up, she unfortunately could not appear on your show due to the fact that Shonda only appears on shows with an actual pulse.
Oh, burn. Good one.
That's pretty.
Good one, Shonda.
It was good. I mean, it was
It wasn't really hers.
No.
Or email.
yeah. But it went south. That was a nice email, and it just kind of went south.
Just wait.
Went south. That was not.
When she sees.
Letter number 3. Hi, Brian.
Hey.
What?
Hold on 1 second. Read this. Go. Sorry.
Hi, Brian. Look at this. Bert. Is this real? Wow. Bert Bacharach said yes. He's going to come here?
Yes. Yep.
We will definitely come on. Please hurry. I don't know what that means, but please hurry. I mean, he is old.
All right, I'll get right on.
Bert Bacharach. This is amazing. Well, not only do we have Bert Bacharach, but we have Sophie B. Hawkins coming on the show. Who, Pete, can we take a look at the external cam? Is she still out there? There she is.
Oh.
All right, finally, and this is electronic mail rejection letter number 3. Hi, Brian. Thank you for the request, but she is currently in production. All the best, Anik. And there's a little extra, Anik, but there's a little extra note here. It says, P.S. Even if she wasn't in production, it's highly unlikely she would appear on your show due to the fact that you spelled her name with a Y and not an I in her email. We'll take a quick break and be back with Sophie B. Hawkins. Pete, my guest today is, she burst onto the international music scene with her 1992 platinum-selling debut album, Tongues and Tales, which included the indelible hit song, Damn, I Wish I Was Your Lover, and earned her a Best New Artist Grammy nomination. The last 3 decades have brought multiple awards, sold-out concerts, appearances on film and television, performances with some of the best-known names in the business. Pete, she does everything. She plays the instruments, she produces, she engineers, everything, and is deeply connected to and adored by her fans worldwide. She is an LGBTQ trailblazer, embracing her identity and representation in her music and videos from the very start of her career. She has a new album, and a tour, and she's in my driveway. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sophie B. Hawkins.
Oh, hi.
There she is.
Thank you.
Hey.
Hi. How are you?
Red carpet
Wow.
for you.
Oh, I love your beach chair.
Good to see you.
Oh, my God.
Thank you for
Ryan,
coming. Wow.
this is amazing.
Look at your hair.
Would you like it?
I do.
Oh, I love having hair in the winter.
Oh, there's a little.
Thank you.
Little water. You're a busy woman.
Yeah, because I
You-
have kids.
Dash and Esther, right?
Dashiell and Esther, yeah.
This time in your life,
Yes.
we're kind of the same age, so
Yes.
I can kind of
Okay.
relate. You're in a new, creatively, in like a sort of a new era.
Yes.
And tell me about that.
Yes. Oh, it's the Free Myself era, and that's the name of the new album. And I was just writing an article about this for the Huffington Post, so it's really in my mind right now. This is the era where I think in 92, when the album Tongues and Tales came out, it was like the beginning of this new life. You know, the other life was getting to that point, and then it was the beginning of this new life. And it's been an incredible journey, and now I'm at this place where it's all about taking off anything extra and not even wanting anything that's gonna not let me feel like I'm flying through. Flying through the hole in the needle is basically what this part is about. So it's all creative energy, and it's all emotional clarity and emotional truth, and then, you know, acknowledging that my children are the basis of my heart, like they're the foundation of everything. Me and my children, me, Dashiell and Esther, and everything I'm doing has to really fit in with that and support it. Not to say that I will always make them happy, because I do have to tour. Like, you know that phrase, I can't make you happy all the time, I'm not pizza.
Pizza makes me happy all
I
the
know,
time.
right? No, so this whole part is like that. It's not like throwing something out and then seeing how does it go, because my dream is to really get there, but I'll do this and this and this. No, it's like, it's all very exact. I do have to tour. I used to not like touring, and I didn't even have kids. And now I love touring because I love being on stage with my musicians who are phenomenal. And it's like they've always been phenomenal, but now I'm in the groove more. And I'm more phenomenal, actually. I'm a much better musician. I'm a much more clear performer. I'm much more present. And I know that I've created a body of work that is truly meaningful to me. It's had resonance with the culture, which I'm lucky, because that doesn't always happen. You can create amazing work and people don't ever get it. Like my mother was sort of unsung. People didn't really catch her books or whatever. So I understand that it's a blessing to be relevant. And so now it's like taking this body of work, myself, my whole new body of work, which I absolutely love, and I love writing every day. I'm still recording songs all the time.
I'm dying to know, when you first broke out, it's
Yes.
1992 in New York City, you went to Manhattan School of Music, you're just this amazing musician, you play like
Yes.
1,000 instruments.
Yeah.
And you have this, so the song comes out, you've never been in front of a camera, never
Right.
been in front of anything.
Right.
What kind of control did you have at that point, if any?
Yeah, I didn't. I had the control, I had the control to make the record I wanted to make, the demos that I made from bedroom to bedroom all across the sublets in New York over all those years. We used those demos to be the basis of the album. I picked Omar Hakim, I picked Mark Egan. I didn't say everything people had to do, but I certainly said, no, 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 yes, follow that. No, 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 yes, that's what we want. So we painted the picture, and so that was control. And then on stage, I got to be on stage and be me, but like, you know, the record company was very mad at me. I said I was omnisexual in the New York Times, my first big interview.
And this is back in...
92.
Yeah, like that's unheard of.
Yes, I know, and that's right, because I made up the word. It was really unheard of. Nobody had said omni before.
Right.
Because all equals one, and it came from a very clear, well, it came from the truth. I thought, okay, I can't disavow my past relationships. My sexuality isn't based on my gender. And by the way, it's not based on your gender either. So you don't make me straight, and a woman doesn't make me a lesbian. My sexuality is going to grow and change. As I grow and change, it's more connected with my spirituality than my gender. And that was new then. So anyways, that was to answer the question about control. Was I didn't have it then, but I still kept putting things out the way I saw them and felt them. And I made a lot of mistakes also in that realm.
I read something where, and I don't know the whole story, maybe you can tell me. So there's big corporations in music. So there's
Yes.
record companies, there's MTV,
Yes.
there's everything. I don't know what year it was, but like you wanted a banjo.
Yeah, so Lose Your Way, that's huge.
You wanted a banjo, which to me as a musician,
Yeah.
is people don't understand the nuances in a song that are
Yeah.
very important.
Yeah.
And they didn't want a banjo in the song, and you
Right.
did. And what
Right.
happened?
Okay, so that's my third album, Timber, and I was producing that album. I had moved to California, and I wrote Lose Your Way on the banjo. And they said, this is your next biggest hit, but you have to lose the banjo. And I said, well, I actually gave them the chance. I said, look, if you can take off the banjo and make it better with all your producers, try. But it didn't. It sounded, the nuance was gone. It sounded not as emotional, not as deep without
Yeah.
the banjo. So I said, okay, look, the banjo has to stay. And also, it is the only instrument made in America by slaves. So it's actually an American instrument that represents from slavery to freedom. It's communicating stories leading to some kind of freedom, whether it's emotional, spiritual, physical. So I said, it really represents me, and it represents the song. It has to stay. And they said, there's no banjos in pop music. They said, you can just get lost. And I said, great. And then I sued them to get my masters back. And then I won, actually. They settled with me.
Which is rare.
It is rare. And it was
record
before
companies-
anyone did
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It was before people did it. Again, before, but not as known at all. So I got the masters back, not to the first two records, but to that. So then I re-released that album really quickly on my own label, and forever since I've been independent. And now it's very normal. Everyone's independent. But Lose Your Way actually did become a hit, and it still does play in drugstores, you know.
Drugstores?
Yes,
More than
like you-
drugstores.
Yeah, and it was on Dawson's Creek.
Yes.
And it was in
your
the movie
songs have been on
Bounce.
a lot of shows, as have
Yes.
you been, which is interesting. Which is
Yeah,
great.
it's cute.
Well, you have a big. Your fan base is very dedicated too.
Yeah,
though,
they're
'cause it's
lovely.
like, yeah.
And they love, and they're subtle, and they get it, and they understand why I'm still writing songs alone in my room, and how much that means to them. That they know that when they're hearing a Sophie B. Hawkins song, that she worked on this to get it right, and she didn't go ask somebody, what word should I put here, or what chord should I put there, or whatever. I've never done that, not with any of those songs, and it's amazing they were hits.
Do you write your music first and then lyrics?
I'll tell you. Well, it kind of happens, like sometimes I even dream a lyric, and I dream a sound, and then I try and find it. And so I'll be in there in my music room writing for days and keep coming back to it, and I'll have a song, and then I'll think about it. And my test is, if I can remember the song in my head and I like it, I know I'm going to hate it, because it's too sing-songy or whatever.
yeah.
So then there's a point where something comes out after whenever that is, it's new, but it's also somewhat familiar. And that's the point where I go, oh my God, I think I might be finding something, uh-oh. And that's when it starts coming out, and then it feels, now not every song is as good as, you know, my great ones, but they all have something really valuable, I think. So I start with both. I write a lot in my, every morning I write in my journal. I have been working on a memoir. I also wrote a musical, so I'm writing all the time. So, and then I do write down my dreams. It all goes into the pot, into the stew, and then finally a song comes out, and I feel really relieved.
Let's talk about your tour, because playing live is very different than sitting
Yes,
in your
it
house.
is.
And I'm curious to know, as somebody who knows how to play all the instruments, and you're very intimate with all the songs and the arrangements
Yes.
and the recording.
Yes.
When you go to a live setting, you have a band.
Yeah.
What's that dynamic like with the band?
Have you seen me with them? Oh my God, I love
not in
it.
person. You're coming though right down the street to the
you gotta
FTC.
come. I know it makes you depressed, but get on stage, then you can do some stuff. You can actually come on my stage. I invite you. What would you play?
Anything. I play drums,
Okay.
keyboards, and
Okay.
guitar. Any of
Okay.
those three.
So we'll get you on stage. That would be wonderful.
That would be amazing. At the FTC, which is literally right, Pete, it's around the corner.
Yes, we have to
On
promote.
the tour.
We have to promote.
Yeah, we got
People
it's.
come- So my band is phenomenal. I have
Yeah.
Katie Marie on drums, and she plays guitar, and she's an amazing singer.
Oh.
And she plays actually everything, but these are what she plays on my show. And then I play Sophie, I sing, and then I play the drums on certain songs, and then I play piano and guitar on certain songs. And then Seth Clear, who's another amazing musician, and they're both also great songwriters. Seth Clear plays piano, and he sings amazingly, and he plays amazing guitar. And so we have this band where we all switch and sing, and
That's
it's
my
really
dream.
soulful. It's my
To
dream
be able
too.
to be able to switch, like that has been
Yes,
my dream.
and I really owe it to Seth for putting this together, because it's always been my dream to do that. And then Seth got it happening by picking Katie Marie. And it's now able to happen. And I would be loath to let it go because it's only 3 of us and it's so tight and yet it's so expansive. It's not precious. It's fun and it's wild and this is why I love touring now.
So that sounds like a very fun show because there
It's
are a lot
amazing.
of shows you go out and see and it's like people kind of stand out there and they play. And
No,
they do
we're
their
not
thing.
just standing there.
That's amazing. I cannot wait to see your show.
I
This
hope
is
you do
amazing.
love
So
it.
you're starting March 24th. It's in
Portsmouth.
Portsmouth, which
Yes.
is where my mom lives, and she's our one of our main
One or two.
She
Yes.
must be watching now.
She will be.
Portsmouth, and then eventually you're going to come down to this area, which is
Yes.
Fairfield, which is the FTC, which I love as a
Which
venue.
is a Friday night, I think.
Friday night. How late is it? Because I've got an early bedtime.
It's the last day in March because the next day is April Fool's, right?
Fantastic. I'm available.
Yeah, it's early enough. I am the same. I keep. What is it?
You take me there. Yeah.
What's that?
But you're.
The plus one? Absolutely.
Yeah, you guys can get in.
And then so the album comes out also March 24th also,
Yes,
right?
Free Myself, and it's such a beautiful album. And there's there's no synthesizers on it. It's all real. The strings played real. I'm not even sure we had a click track, to be honest with you. I love this album, and I'm glad it's finally seen the light of day. And it hasn't been easy to get it out, as my supporters know.
Well, in this day and age too, it's a different time to get stuff.
Because you got to pay for it all. You've got to do everything. It's really hard, and you also get people in the industry, whatever the heck the industry is, telling you no, but then they have no solution. So I just said, oh, screw it, I'm getting it out. I can't listen to anybody anymore.
I could talk for hours.
I know, me
How much
too.
time do we have?
Do you dye your hair,
I think we gotta.
Is your hair dyed?
Great
'Cause
question.
It's so
Answer it.
pretty.
Answer.
No, I'm 53. I have not found a gray yet. I'm
I don't
waiting.
dye my hair either.
What?
I know, but I'm sure there is gray. But look at there's so much blonde.
Look at this. A couple of non-grays.
Where's the camera? I keep looking for
Well,
it.
there's like 8 cameras in
Oh,
here.
wow. Well, which
and-
one do
well,
I
there's
look
one
at to
there,
say hello?
There. I mean, there's so many.
No, I don't dye my hair yet.
Neither do I. And people accuse me of Pete. Do I?
Your hair is beautiful.
He knows.
Do you know, I actually, can I touch your hair?
Of course.
Wow.
I say to my son, can I pay you to touch your hair? I'm like $10
Can I-
for a touch.
may I?
Yes. Oh, please.
Oh, let's see.
Does it feel good or not?
Of course.
Does it feel
What,
dry?
Pantene. What's your pleasure?
I think I've been wearing.
Kurt Plus?
First of all, I never brush it. I brush it only when I
never.
wash it. Are you like that?
I haven't owned a brush since 1982. Who has brushed their hair? If I brush my hair, it comes out like this. It's like
So does everybody know my album's called Free Myself? The tour is starting March 24th in Portsmouth, and we're here in Fairfield on the last day of the month of March.
it's gonna be amazing.
Yes, and then they should buy the album and they should download the single and stream it because that's what keeps us in business.
March 24th is the tour, the new album.
Portsmouth. See, it's right there.
Portsmouth, New Hampshire. I got it right here. SophieBHawkins.com for all the details.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Please go open the door.
What the world needs now is love.